The Shadow of Beijing, a chilling tale of intimidation targeting Australian soil. Australia, a nation priding itself on its democratic freedoms and rule of law, finds itself grappling with a disturbing new reality: the insidious reach of Chinese intimidation extending onto its own shores. The recent targeting of exiled Hong Kong dissident Ted Hui with a chilling bounty letter serves as a stark reminder of the escalating tensions and the increasingly brazen tactics employed by those seeking to silence dissent. This isn't simply a matter of overseas political maneuvering. It's a direct threat to Australia's national security and the safety of its citizens. The letter, mailed from Hong Kong and delivered to Hui's Adelaide office, offered a staggering $203,000 for information on his whereabouts and his family. This blatant attempt to compromise Hui's safety and the well-being of his loved ones came mere days after China's foreign ministry leveled accusations of interference against the Australian government, a thinly veiled attempt to deflect attention from their own aggressive actions. The timing is far from coincidental. It speaks volumes about a calculated campaign of intimidation designed to chill free speech and deter activism. This incident isn't an isolated occurrence. Last week, Guardian Australia exposed a separate, equally disturbing campaign, revealing a fraudulent pamphlet falsely portraying Hui as a pro-Israel lawyer waging war against Islamic terrorism. Distributed to mosques, this deliberately inflammatory material, mailed from Macau, represents a sophisticated attempt to weaponize antisemitism for the purposes of foreign interference. The coalition rightly condemned this tactic as a crude and deeply offensive attempt to sow discord and undermine trust. The similarities between the bounty letter targeting Hui and a similar one sent to Melbourne residents offering a reward for information on pro-democracy activist Kevin Yam are deeply concerning. These parallel campaigns suggest a coordinated effort to silence dissent emanating from Hong Kong, extending its long arm across international borders to target individuals seeking refuge in Australia. The fact that these individuals are wanted by Hong Kong authorities under the controversial National Security Law, a law granting sweeping extraterritorial powers, underscores the global reach of this repressive regime. The letter sent to Hui's office included his personal details, the address of his law firm, and even a residential address in Adelaide, highlighting the meticulous planning and potentially dangerous access to personal information. This level of detail speaks to a disturbing infiltration, capable of accessing private information to orchestrate a campaign of targeted harassment and potential physical harm. Hui, convicted in absentia in Hong Kong for his role in the 2019 pro-democracy protests and sentenced to 3.5 years imprisonment, is accused of foreign collusion, a charge levied under the national security law for his social media activity, seeking international support for Hong Kong. This highlights the absurdity of the charges and the extent to which China is prepared to reach into the affairs of other sovereign nations to suppress dissent. Foreign Affairs Minister Penny Wong's condemnation of the letter as reprehensible, a threat to our national sovereignty, and a direct threat to the safety and security of Australians, is entirely justified. This is not merely a matter of political posturing. It's an undeniable assault on Australia's sovereignty and its right to offer sanctuary to those fleeing persecution. This incident demands a strong and unequivocal response from the Australian government, demonstrating its unwavering commitment to protecting its citizens and upholding its democratic values in the face of blatant foreign interference. The ongoing saga of Hui and Yam is not just a story of individual persecution. It is a chilling warning of the growing threat of foreign interference and the lengths to which authoritarian regimes will go to silence dissent. It highlights the urgent need for a comprehensive reassessment of Australia's national security apparatus and its capacity to counter increasingly sophisticated and aggressive forms of foreign interference. The silence of indifference is a dangerous path. Robust action is now required to safeguard Australia's democratic values and the safety of its citizens. This is not just a Hong Kong issue. It's an Australian one, demanding immediate attention and resolute action. The international community must stand united in condemning these tactics and supporting those fighting for freedom and democracy. The question is not if, but how, Australia will respond to this blatant violation of its sovereignty. The answer must be swift, decisive, and unwavering.